Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and this is the second part of the last video, which was the Imperium magazine issue 1 that came out, and this is going to be just a little battle report that you give you in the magazine itself. So let's just dive straight into it. So in the last video we had a look, see what you got. So what I have had to do is these wound markers here were had to be cut out with scissors from the actual battle mat itself, and I've laid them out ready. So 1, 2, 3 objective markers. We have our Royal Warden in the top right corner, and we have our Primaris Lieutenant in the bottom of the right hand corner down here. And yes, he is painted Blood Angels. That's the chapter I do. So for this, he's just going to be his Blood Angel. So let's just dive straight into it. So let's have a look. So explains here on here exactly what we got. Models, magazine, obviously numbered, self-explanatory. So we go on to our small little battle report. Mission briefings. Not really much best we need to know. So anyway, the rules and setup. So the setup, as we've done there, unfold the battle map, carefully cut out the objective and wound markers. We've done all of that. So as you can see there, that's how it should look. And there you go, that's exactly how we've got it there. So moving over, gives us our data sheet profiles. How much he moves using the ruler there. Because in 40k, the only time you'll use your dice is on a charge, which I'm sure they'll explain as the magazine's are going through the issues. So we have wounds with his ballistic skill, BS, wounds 5, and his save is a 3+. Royal Warden move 5, ballistic skill 3+, wounds 4, and save 3. So as you can see, there is a little bit of an advantage here with the Primaris Lieutenant. As you can see, ballistic skill 2+, so that just basically means he needs a 2 or higher on the dice, and he also has 5 wounds, so he's going to be tougher to kill than the Royal Warden. So let's just dive straight into it. So turn 1, Necrons. So there is no dice throwing, see who goes first. High score wins. We're just going straight into the move and the shoot phase for the Necron. So let's follow it. The step-by-step instructions below guide you through the Necrons. Player's first turn. Follow the playthrough and play out the turn. If you need help, refer to the example at the bottom of the page, which they've illustrated there. So let's just dive straight into it. Number 1, move. The Royal Warden wants to activate the repair node, but it has to get an activation point first. So use the ruler to move the model 5 inches closer to an objective 1. So how we do this, I'll grab the ruler. So we put that there in the corner of space, and then we move it down to there. So there's 5 inches, and then he's got the way down there just to get to his objective. And let's carry on what they're saying. So yeah, so use the ruler to move the model from 5 inches close to objective 1, so the closest one's the starting point. Yes, you will just be out of reach, so you have to activate it to this. You can't activate it this turn. Remember, the model has to stay on the map. So we just jump straight into the shooting phase. So with the objective just out of reach, all that's left is to shoot at the Primaris Lieutenant. Check the weapon selection of the Royal Warden's data sheet profile. There's his weapon. He has a relic gas blaster, and that you need 2 dice to fire that weapon. The powerful relic gas blaster makes 2 dice attack, so roll 2 dice next to the map. Compare the dice rolls to the ballistic skill on the data sheet. The Royal Warden is a good shot with ballistic skill 3+, so any dice results 3 or higher scores 1 hit. So we got our 2 dice, and he hits both. So, what does he do next? Any dice result below 3, put it aside as it has failed to hit the Primus Lieutenant. Keep any dice that scored a hit. Next, you'll find out the Primus Lieutenant has been hurt. So, we go on to his saves. So, task 3 is saves. If the Primus Lieutenant has been hit, this mighty armor may save him. For each hit scored, the Space Marine player rolls 1 dice next to the map. Compare the dice roll to the save of the Primus Lieutenant's datasheet. His armor is tough, so a result of 3+ is a successful save. So both dice obviously hit. So we roll both dice. Anything on a 3+ is good. So that's it. He's great. He's managed to ricochet off his armor. So fail saves, any dice roll 2 or 1, meaning that the Primus Lieutenant has lost the wound to the Royal Warden's attacks. And yeah, basically as you show there, if that did happen, we'd obviously have to put one of these to just show that the Lieutenant has been injured. Anyway, so if the Primus Lieutenant's lost any wounds, you need to keep track of them the rest of the game. Don't worry, the Primus Lieutenant has enough wounds to save many attacks. Find the Primus Lieutenant's wounds on his data sheet. He will only be destroyed once he has lost all 5 wounds. Place a wound marker next to the model for each wound lost. Next, the Primus Lieutenant gets back into the fight. So when the Space Marine player has made all his saves and allocate wounds, the Necron turn ends. So just for this, for example, this turn ends now. So the Necron, he's not going to be moving, he's not going to be shooting, so we just drive straight into the Space Marine turn. So this guy can move, so we'll just show you how this is basically the same. However, he has an extra inch to move, so he moves closer. So 6. And use your order to move the model 6 inches closer to the rewarder. Remember that the model has to stay on the mat. So his turn to shoot now. So select the weapon section of the Primus Lieutenant's datasheet profile, which he has a Neo Valkite pistol, which also needs 2 dice and has a ballistic skill of 2+. So it makes 2 attacks, 2 dice attacks. So roll twice on the mat. So we'll need to. Let's roll 2. Hang on. Steady dice. Double 6s. So obviously they both hit. Any dice on the side has failed. However, we've both hit. So let's go to the saves. So obviously now our chap here, our Royal Warden, he needs to throw 2 dice, as both dice made successful hits. So for each hit scored, the Necron player rolls 1 dice next to the map. Compare the save to Royal Warden's data sheet. His living metal body is in it, so on a 3+, he's all good. And only 1. He fails 1 and saves 1. So because, what I'm going to do is, because he has, let's refer back on his wounds, he has 4, so I'm going to put that down straight to 3. We'll give him green. So he has 3 wounds remaining. And let's just see what they also want us to do. So we've allocated the wound. We've allocated the wound to the Royal Warden. If the Royal Warden's lost any wounds, you need to keep track of them for the rest of the game. Don't worry, the Royal Warden has enough wounds to survive many attacks. Fire the Royal Warden's wounds on its data sheet. It will only be destroyed once, as lost all 4 wounds. Place a wound marker next to the model for each wound lost. So, activating the repair nodes. The Royal Warden wants to activate the repair nodes to get reinforcements. If the Warden ends the turn with its base touching an objective marker, it can try and activate the repair nodes. Roll 1 dice on a 5+. The Royal Warden successfully activates the repair nodes and the Necron player wins the game. 1, 1, 2, 3, or 4. The station is broken, and roll 1 will have to try again at another one. Remember this objective marker from the battle map. So we're going to get him here. So we're going to jump straight back into his turn. Basically, he touches it anyway, because he has a 5. So he's going to try and activate it. I'll put the dice there. On a 5, that's it. He activates it. He gets a 5. Roll 1 dice. On a 5+, roll 1 successfully activates the pair nodes, and Necron player wins the game. So that was it. That was just a extremely quick intro into the game. He won. He on a 5+. And no wounds for the Primaris Lieutenant. However, he did manage to give the Royal Warden a wound. And that ends the game. So even though the Necron Royal Warden had 1 wound taken, he's won the game on a 5+. So that concludes the game for the first game of Imperium. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And we'll see you all soon for the next video. Take care and see you soon.